If you're going through applications right now, here's some tips and hacks that could save you in your next interview. And if you're new here, I'm Clouds. I'm a first-generation corporate girly who started off a career in consulting and now moved into tech. And it is my mission on this account to democratize all the information I've learned so far so that you can land that job offer that you really, really want. Alright, this first hack is especially applicable to all my aspiring consultants, and it's to memorize populations. Definitely memorize the population for the city and country where you're based. So for me, that would be London, UK, and also for some large countries as well. It doesn't have to be accurate, it could just be a rounded figure, but this is likely to come up in market sizing questions. One of my favorite math hacks, which has been really handy in interviews, is that percentages can be interchangeable. For example, 50% of 70 is the same thing as 70% of 50, and one of them is much easier to do in your head. Another handy math hack is that if you're doing multiplication, you can half one number and double the other and still get to the same answer as the original number. For example, 16 times 25 might look like a hard multiplication to do in your head, but if you half one figure and double the other, you'll get 8 times 50, which is of course 400, and that was much simpler to do in your mind. Always use the STAR technique whenever answering questions that start with "tell me about a time when." And of course, the STAR technique stands for situation, task, action, and result. Another tip for my aspiring consultants is if you're doing a case study, always clarify what the goal is in the beginning. For example, are we trying to maximize profit or revenue? If this wasn't clarified, it's because the interviewer is waiting for you to ask. And lastly, always have 1 or 2 recent-ish business news in your mind that you can refer to in case you're tested on your commercial acumen.